Hi everyone, it's Chris with A Bells, and all is well. Hope you're doing okay on this Monday. As you can tell, I'm still kind of getting over my crud that I had last week, but I'm on the mend for sure. Thought I'd take a little moment to talk about one of the watches I have in stock right now. This is a brand new 2025, August 2025. Um, it's 300 Professional, the Seamaster. I call it the Daniel Craig, black on black, with the mesh bracelet. This is a great watch. I actually owned this watch when it first came out. I bought it because it took care of a lot of the issues that I had with the other version of the SMP. Here's an example of the other versions of the SMP. One thing I didn't really like, and I know a lot of people talk about this, is the bracelet. I think it looks dated. I think they call it the tank track. I've heard it called the tank track bracelet. And yeah, I've seen it on the rubber as well. And the rubber bracelet is pretty cool too. Rubber strap, I should say, is pretty cool too. But I'm a bracelet guy, so this bracelet was just, I didn't like it at all. The other thing I didn't like, although the wave pattern on the dial does not bother me, I thought on these models, it was way too pronounced. In fact, when I was looking at these watches originally to purchase one, because I really liked them, um, the only one I really thought that the wave pattern didn't look as pronounced on this version was on the white and black one. The white dial version seemed to have a less the waves were less pronounced, and I think it's because the white kind of washed them out. And because I'm a symmetry OCD type guy and I like clean lines, seeing that wave pattern on the dial kind of mess with me, especially like on the blue one, and this is the black one, the seaweed even. It felt like it was just too pronounced. So those are the big things. Now a lot of people talk about the date. I'm a with date, without date, I don't mind. Either way is good with me. I don't feel like it takes away or from the watch at all to have a date. So having a no date, I know is another big factor, but not for me personally anyway. But the mesh bracelet is awesome on this watch. Is awesome. It feels comfortable. It really hugs the wrist. Um, I love the aluminum bezel. The aluminum bezel on this one is not like the older versions. The older version's kind of shiny. This one's very matte, and it has lume on the bezel, which is cool. And again, the wave pattern, you can barely even see it in this picture, on this watch is laser engraved, so they're not like carved, and it's because of that I think it's like a less pronounced wave pattern on there. Interestingly enough, this no wave effect is kind of taking hold of the SMP because they just released this version of this watch with the orange accents on it, which I think is totally cool. Has no wave pattern at all on it. I like it on the orange here, and with the orange, like I said, with the orange accents, I think it looks really cool. And this is also true of like the Bond No Time to Die has no wave effect on it. The bronze, gold, and green didn't have any wave pattern on it. So there's these models that are out there that they're not that Omega's purposely not putting any sort of wave pattern on. When they released this watch, they also released the all steel version. It just like had a blank steel face on it. I didn't like that one. I felt like it kind of with the bezel being kind of the same color or uh, steel sandblasted, it kind of washed out. So it kind of looked all like one thing to me, and I didn't like that. I like the contrast a little bit. Of course, now this watch is retails for 7,300 plus tax on Omega site. I went to Omega site to see if I could buy one online. They couldn't, they're not available online. So I don't know what that means. Usually they're readily available online, but I know that based on some of the other conversations I've had with some of the other ADs, Omega ADs anyway, that inventories or shipments coming in are less. They're not as much. Again, that's just what I've heard from the people I talk to. So I don't know if these are limited, but there's plenty of these on the secondary market, and obviously mine, the one I have that's dated August 25th, August 2025, is not $7,300, so it's much less than that. But if you're interested, give me a shout out, DM me. I have it. I'm on eBay. I'm on What You Seek. I'm on Chrono. All 8 Bells Watch Company. You can find me for sure. Or if you're interested in something else, let me know. I can always find and hunt down something that you might want. I know a couple of people reach out to me, and I'm hunting down. I'm always on the lookout for good deals and for watches for people that have pinged me. So have a great rest of your week, and I will talk to you again soon.